Hi, I'm Claire, and I'm going to talk about adoption because I am an adoptive mom and I'm in the process of adopting again. And I want people to talk about adoption, so I guess I got to start with me. I think the most popular question is going to be, why are you adopting? And when people ask me that question, makes me think that they think adoption is weird. Like I need a reason, I need a justification for adopting. So I'm hoping that you understand that I think adoption is totally normal and natural. So long as there are children who need homes, it should be natural for families to adopt those children. That you don't need a justification, but maybe you have some sort of an inspiration for adopting. So I'll tell you my inspiration. When I was 2 years old, I lived in Korea with my family. My father was in the Air Force, as he was the whole time I was growing up. And my parents considered adoption because there were babies who needed homes, and it was right there in front of them. At the time, my father was experiencing a lot of problems with his arthritis, and he had problems picking me up. And so my parents decided, with all the uncertainties with his health, they didn't know how long he could work or how much he could assist with the children, that they shouldn't adopt, that they should focus on the 2 children that they had at that time and hope for the best. So as I was growing up, my mother told me this story more than once. So I wonder, why would she tell this story? What happened to the little girl that would have been my sister? And did my mother regret not being her mother? And I hoped that I wouldn't have that type of regret when I was building my family. So 12, 13 years ago, when my husband and I were first engaged, we talked about what kind of family we wanted to have, where we wanted to live, what kind of home we wanted to have together. And he said he wanted 1 or 2 children. I said that I wanted 4 or 5, and we agreed that at least one of those children would be adopted. Now, for those of you who are counting, we are adopting now what will be our 4th child, 2 biological and our 2nd adopted child. So sometimes when Nicholas and I compromise, it works out better for me than it does for him. But he's really excited about this adoption and moving forward. And I think sometimes plans change. It's not always about me getting my way. But I digress. When we decided that we were going to adopt, I gotta tell you, a lot of pressure came off of me. When we first tried to get pregnant, there was no pressure to get pregnant because if it didn't happen biologically, we were still gonna have children. And I always wanted a little girl. You know, I'm really into fingernails and braiding hair and dresses and girl toys, My Little Ponies. And while it's true, a little boy may want to participate in some of that, you're definitely going to be more likely to get those types of activities with a little girl. And there was no pressure. If we only had boys, I would still have a daughter someday because we were going to adopt. And that was one of the nice things about adoption, that all of those types of hopes can come true. So we had 2 biological children, and then about 4 years ago we started the process to adopt, and 2 years ago adopted our daughter, and now we're in the process of adopting our son, who we would like to name Oscar. So that's the story of why I adopted. Because it's a logical, natural, wonderful thing to do. Because it is a magical way to grow a family. Because when you have a biological child, you can say, I wonder how much of this is genetics, and isn't it neat that he has the same color eyes that I do? But when you have an adoptive child, you have those same type of wonderful moments where you say, wow, isn't it neat that we have the same blood type? And isn't it wonderful and kind of weird that the orthodontist said you have all the same strange orthodontal needs that I have? So it's, for us, we were able to adopt a 5-year-old. So she came to us with her own history and her own personality, and she blended in with the family and made it a new entity in a wonderful way that a young infant would also change the family. So that's why I adopted. In a nutshell. Was that a nutshell? In a huge bag of nuts. And I'm the mom, so you have to listen to me.